Hey, you're watching Half Asian Tarot Queen. I'm Lisa. I'm just reminding you, the featured deck for the month of October is the Urban Tarot. This is I really like this deck. It's kind of based on the traditional deck, but the archetypes and all the cards have been sort of modernized with using New York City as sort of the muse or the inspiration. So I have really been digging this deck. Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. And when I pulled it out, this was the card that was at the bottom, and I threw it in and shuffled it, and then it came out again. So this is like the world, you know, in the regular deck, and it's like the beginning of a new era. And it's like weird because I feel like this came out in the last reading that I did too. So it's just like really a theme. But I think also the monthly reading for October, which is actually where this giveaway is headquartered, was talking about a new reality bubbling up. And it was also fell on the harvest moon. So I'm going to post a link to that here because that's where you can enter the giveaway. But then at the bottom we also have the Ace of Wands. So this is like a fiery, passionate new beginning. So this is really exciting. We're starting out with a clean slate, fresh start, and we're like just like out of the gate on fire, you know. So this is pretty auspicious. Good reading so far. So I'm going to go to Mystical Shaman Oracle, which is kind of my favorite deck. And I'm going to pick some more cards. But yeah, it's like there's been all this theme lately leading up to now about like sort of like this liberation from oppression. Oh my gosh, at the bottom we have fire. This is like things are starting to come together in this like magical way, you know. I'm gonna keep pulling cards, but it's really good because, like, you know, for a long time there's been all this oppression, and we're finally like, I don't know, it seems like the readings are pointing towards this like breaking free from the state of oppression, which is like a really good thing. Okay, I'm gonna pull a couple more cards. Oh, interesting. This is very interesting because it's like, actually, these two, okay, this is really interesting because I got these two cards from this deck, and then the first two cards that I pulled out of this are basically, they have the same meaning, you know, like this is like the end of a cycle where you've sort of like learned some sort of lesson and you're kind of ascending to the next level, like going from level 1 to level 2 in like a video game or something, you know. It's like a recurring cycle that happens in your life, but you somehow come into some sort of awareness that allows you to evolve past whatever that cycle is, and you're just like out of the gate on fire, like you're like throwing down, you know. So it's interesting that that message just came out twice from two different decks. And then, okay, so then at the bottom we have Taming the Wind, which this is a card of like co-creation with the universe or with God, you know, like when you are in alignment, and it's just sort of like things will just unfold, you know, in this beautiful way. And this card always reminds me of Forrest Gump because, you know, in Forrest Gump, he had this like special relationship with his mom, and after she passed away, it's like he would kind of like hear from her, and he would like get these messages, like these feathers would fall from the sky and kind of give him some indication of like how he needed to go when he was at this turning point. So this kind of, I mean, this speaks to like the beginning of this new era, and you're kind of at that sort of like turning point, and you're just like, you know, you've just been liberated from all this stuff, and you're just like ready to go, like everything's lining up, and you're just like about to go out the gate, just like on fire. Okay, so am going to pull some cards from the Muse Tarot to get some overall energies for this reading, but I'm excited. It's like, I was just doing a plug for one of my friends, you know, who has been overcoming, you know, everything that's going on with COVID has been like, I mean, it's been a lot to wade through for everyone, you know, but like in the last, honestly, like day, like I feel like I've heard from a lot of people that are just like, oh my God, like I just got the job, or, you know, like some new development has happened, and like these people that have been like really carrying these burdens in my life, and like I'm so inspired that people are like finally starting to see the way past it, and like it's happening to me too, you know. Okay, Six of Materials. So this is a card in the traditional deck of giving and receiving, but it's like of things coming into balance, you know. So like it could be a situation where like maybe there was some sort of like injustice, or things were like favored in one direction, but it was out of whack, you know, and that's coming into balance. Like that's kind of what this card talks about. So then we have the Page of Inspiration, the Ace of Voices, and the Ten of Inspiration. So this is really good. I mean, this talks about a new spark, you know, a new perspective, like new. And then we have the Ace of Voices, which is just like, this is like the truth. Like, it's out. There's this, it's undeniable. Like, we're starting fresh based on the truth, which is interesting because there's been like a lot of reading leading up to this about like having to expose some truth in order to liberate from an oppressive situation, which is interesting because the next card is called the Ten of Inspiration, which is all about putting down this burden, especially one that's not yours. And there is a whole reading about this called Liberation, which I think is relevant to this reading, so I'll link it here. But this is so exciting. It's just like, and look at this. It's like blue skies, you know? It's just like finally being liberated from whatever's been holding you back, and you're just like, it's like your time to, you know, to shine in the sun, you know? So, okay, I'm gonna pull some more cards. Where is that other deck? Okay, sorry. I'm going to the Golden Art Nouveau to pull some more cards, just to get some more clarity about what's going on. But this is really exciting. Like, this is like, everything's coming up roses. Not, I shouldn't say that, because like obviously there's like challenges that are involved, but it seems like this is really like a big breakthrough where we're like moving into a time that's going to be a lot happier and more abundant than where things have been. So that's good, because I think everybody on the planet has been going through a lot with COVID and all the stuff that we've all had to been dealing with. So, oh my God. Wow. Okay. So at the bottom of the deck we have dun da da dun. So this is the Judgment card. So, oh my gosh. Reckoning. Karmic reckoning. Oh my gosh, like I just realized I thought this was the World, but it's actually the Judgment card. So it came out twice. So this is like a karmic reckoning, and I mean, and it is like it's the card right before the World, like the end of a cycle, and when the truth is coming out, and like karma is being like adjusted, you know, like things are being rebalanced according to karma. So, wow. Okay. Interesting. This like really looks like a card of like it's just like right before the cycle ends and the new cycle starts, there's just sort of this reordering of justice, you know, like it's like people say, like, if you haven't been carrying your weight for the last cycle, like, you know, like you might get cut loose from someone who is, or, you know, the other way around, like things get reordered, you know, it's like a restructuring according to karma. Wow. So we've got the Queen of Swords, we've got the Moon, and we've got the Hierophant. So this is a card about boundaries, you know, like if you have been carrying somebody along for the ride, like that truth is coming out, and like it looks like there's going to be a lot of emotion that's going to be released from that, but then there's this new hierarchy that's coming out of that, you know, which is kind of what I was just saying. And then we have the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. So this is like a couple. But this is a couple that's able to manifest, like they're fully in their power, which is interesting because that really goes along with this Ace of Wands. Like these people are no longer being held back. Like they can channel their emotions and make something happen in the three-dimensional world, you know. So it's like these people are coming into alignment, you know. But it looks like maybe having to take a step back, and you might have to like sacrifice something in order to step into alignment with this new era, because, you know, that does fall right under this 10 of inspiration, which is like all about putting a burden down. So like something's gonna have to get put down in order to like make way for this new beginning. Okay, I'm gonna pull. Oh my gosh, we're getting all these aces. Okay, so we got 6 of Voices. So we have like a reading called Crossing the Bridge Over Troubled Water. It features this, but it's like the 6 of Swords. You're going from a bad situation to a better situation. You're literally crossing the bridge over troubled water. So we have the 2 of Materials, the World, which is what I thought this was. So it's coming out anyways, like they're both coming out. And then we have the Ace of Materials. So it's like there's no more juggling. We're like, there's not like an inner conflict anymore. Like there's a fresh perspective that's coming online based on the truth and clear boundaries. We're making it happen, you know, and then we're stepping into this new era. Like that's ending. That inner conflict, that turmoil, like that's over. And we're stepping into this new era of abundance. Which is like, wow. This is a really good reading. Okay, I'm going to starseed to pick a final card for the reading. It's really positive. I hope it's going good for you too. I'm just gonna pull one more card. It's a lot going on. Oh my gosh, it's so perfect. Okay, so we got Portal. Doors are opening, you decide, rewards, wild card. So this is it. Like we're walking through this doorway to a new world. It's like really exciting, you know? So, but we have the choice. We can walk through, or we can like cycle back into, you know, the last cycle and not learn our lesson and like have to go through that again, or we can walk through the doorway and we can ascend to the next level. You decide. It's exciting. Okay, good luck. Check in soon.